morning, everyone, and welcome back to Fasting into Fall with Angela. This video is going up late today because I am definitely not feeling 100%. I got a little bit sick last night, just felt super tired, and I knew something was going on. I knew I was coming down with something, and I went to bed actually at like 9 o'clock last night, which is kind of early for me. And I woke up this morning and I just felt like I got hit by a bus. My sinuses are killing me. I feel like I have a fever, but I don't. My throat hurts a little bit. I have postnasal drip and one hell of a headache. So here we are this morning. This, whatever, does not reflect though how I did this week. I did pretty good this week. So let's talk a little bit about what happened this week, what I all tried this week, what worked and what didn't. So this week I lost a total of 1.8 pounds. I'm still kind of like trickling, doing the like between 1 to like 3 pounds a week, which is, yes, right where I want it to be, but I would welcome a 5-pound loss, which a few weeks ago I did have a 4-point loss or a 4-pound loss. So I just need to like reevaluate my brain thinking and know that like I'm doing it, it's coming off, it's working, whatever I'm doing. And I need to have patience is what I need to do. But anyway, so total of 49.2 pounds. I wanted to make it to 50 pounds this week, but I didn't. But I also did set one of my goals. So the last goal that I had, I can't remember like what number I actually wanted it to be, but I did achieve that goal. So I had to set a new goal, and this new goal I set, usually I do like a goal like on the app or whatever that I'm doing. I do like 5-pound increments. And this time I think I did up until the end of fall. So we're going to see if we can get this big goal. I think, let's see. Let me just think in my head if I can for just a moment. Think we've got almost 15 pounds to lose from now until November 1st. Is that doable? Probably not. I don't know. You guys, if this video is a big ass flop, it's because I'm not feeling well. So let's get into what I did this week. I did something crazy, which is not out of the norm for me. So while I was scrolling through TikTok and Facebook and all the things, I saw this thing pop up called Keto Chow. And I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. Like, what is that about? And it said that it was like this protein drink in powder form that you can get, kind of like whey protein, but not really, more so keto, does the ketones for you. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to try it. And then I looked at the price, and one serving was almost $7. It was like $6.50 or something like that. So I did get it on sale on Amazon. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to try 2 flavors and we'll see how it goes, right? So the first flavor came in, it was the apple pie one, and that is this one. Those of you who are on Keto Chow, what did I do wrong? I don't know. This was absolutely delicious, and it made a big quantity, a 3-cup quantity, but it did not fill me up. So you're supposed to like replace this with your meal. And I just want to say that I was more hungry after I ate that, or after I drank this, I should say, than I was a regular protein shake. And it was almost 3 times the amount of price. So I was just like, no, this is not worth it. What are you doing? What are you doing? So I have the other Keto Chow coming. But yeah, this was a flop. It was good, but it was a flop. It just didn't fill me up. You're supposed to add 3 cups of water and then also some sort of fat substitute. So I did like a tiny little bit of melted butter in here actually. Whipped it on up, did 2.5 cups, 1 cup of almond milk, and then the other 1.5 cups of water. And it, like I said, it just didn't fill me up. It wasn't good. So not everything you see online is, you know, gonna work, and that definitely did not work, and that definitely was not worth the price. So this week again, I tried staying underneath the 20 carbs per meal, and it worked all the way up until Friday. You guys, I'm having some issues with Fridays. Fridays are my weigh-in day. I work on Friday. And as you guys know, I do the 1 meal a day, blah, 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 under 20 carbs, blah, blah, blah. Mostly carnivore, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know what it is, but Fridays are just a problem. So I say, like, in my mind, I say to myself, like, I weigh myself, right, in the morning, and I'm like, oh my God, I lost weight this week. I'm down 2 pounds or whatever. Like, I'm doing so good. Everything is great, right? And I'm like, it's Friday. Like, yay, it's Friday also. So I'm like celebrating that as well. And then I get home after work and I cook my 1 meal and I eat my 1 meal and I'm satisfied with my 1 meal. And I say to myself in my head, reward. You deserve a reward. You deserve, like, you know, let's reward ourselves with a little bit extra calories. So let's put some peanut butter, you know, melt some peanut butter into some yogurt. So I do that. I'm repeating what I did yesterday because I'm recording on the same day that this is going up. So I do that and I eat that and I'm like, now I have the munchies. Now I have the munchies. Now I'm going to have one of those bobos. Now 1 bobo turns into 2 bobos because I have a pumpkin bobo and I have a chocolate bobo and I have one of each. And now I royally fucked everything up. So now what? Every single Friday, and then I feel horrible about myself. I wake up on Saturday morning, like this morning, which maybe that's why I'm not feeling well, is because I overate yesterday. I don't know, and I had sugar. But then I wake up and I think, oh my God, I'm going to get on the scale and I'm going to lose, or I'm going to gain the like 4 pounds, you know, 2 pounds that I lost last week or this past week, and then 2 more pounds because of water retention or whatever, which the scale did go up this morning, but I'm not going to count it because in my head I can't. So yes, yesterday when I weighed myself in the morning, I did lose 1.8 pounds, but I believe I gained it back because I fucked up my algorithm in my body. What can I do, you guys? What can I do to help Fridays? What can I do? Also, I believe with the weekend vlog that I've been putting up, I have been doing a lot of crock pot recipes. What I do is I just dump all my ingredients in, and like before I would count, I would go through, and it was very, very strenuous. I would go through and I would look at every single label of an item that I put into the crock pot. And like you guys know, crock pot recipes have like a bunch of ingredients, and I would count everything and then I would measure the portions out, and it literally like hurt my brain. Like it hurts my brain to even think about it. So I'm struggling a little bit here. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing crock pot recipes anymore on weekend vlogs because it literally just like fucks me up. Like I'm being completely honest. It fucks me up a little bit. The recipes are good. They're high carb, or they're high fat, high protein, low carb, which is what I want, but I don't know what I'm getting. So like if I have 2 cups of soup or whatever, I don't know how many calories that is, or I don't have any macros for that. So I'm guesstimating, and then I don't know how much more I can add to my meal. Like how many more eggs can I have? You know what I mean? So I need to sit down and figure that out. And today is not the day for it because my head is just literally pounding. But yeah. So I'm struggling with that. There are some struggles going on, but I do also want to let you guys know that every other day besides Fridays and besides like the crock pot thing, I have been doing great. I have been staying within my macros. I have been eating low carb, high fat, high protein, which is why I'm still losing. So if you guys watch my other videos, this past week, we had one of the parents bring in for Judy and I some Hawaiian chocolates to try, some Hawaiian coffee. So Judy and I each had a piece of that, and I showed that on my channel. And just so you guys know, like, you guys only see 5% of my week, if that, probably 1% of my week. So it may look like I'm cheating a lot because we also went out for coffee twice this week because we had a very strenuous week. So it might have looked like I was cheating throughout the week, but I really wasn't. Just to throw that out there, and to be honest with you guys, yeah, we had the chocolate, I wrote it down, and then the pumpkin coffee twice, and I did count those calories. I actually scanned the coffee. I tried figuring out with the almond milk and the sugar-free syrup or whatever, like how many calories that was. And I also scanned the chocolate box to get the macros on there. So, I mean, I counted it. At least I counted it. But that's not going to be happening anymore. And maybe that's why I overate on Friday, is because I had sugar. So I was just like, why not? What the hell? I don't know what's going on. But anyway, and then I also wrote down here another thing that I was struggling with this week. I did talk a little bit about a group that I found on TikTok where this guy was high carnivore, but then also, like, he had this plan, right? And this plan was like so many grams of protein, and then an apple, and then so many vegetables per day. And it was like right down to the T. And if you didn't follow that, then like everyone was going to shun you, type of thing, right? So I found out that like group was not for me. I was like looking, and I was like, no, that's, I'm not like that strict. I don't, I am basically a 75% carnivore, but I do open up my window to fruits, to vegetables, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, some carnivores are like, no, if you're going to be carnivore, you're going to be 100% carnivore. Well, I was in some groups on Facebook. I'm in fasting groups. I'm in carnivore groups. I'm in keto groups. I'm in all of the doctors on YouTube. I'm in their groups. And one time I had posted a meal accidentally in my carnivore group. And it was some eggs, it was some salmon patties, and it was a tomato sliced up, because one of my coworkers gave us some 100% absolutely delicious tomatoes. They were like top notch. So I had to have one. So I took a picture of my plate, and I was like, this is what I'm eating today, thinking, yeah, it looks like good. All these people came after me. That is not 100% carnivore. You are not carnivore. What are you doing in this group? Blah, 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 blah. So I was just like, oh my God, like, these people are like sticklers. Like, and there's all these groups, and there's all these different, like, what I want to say, there's all these different categories that you can go into. But I feel like everything, like, depending on the person, it depends on, like, what's going to work for you. You know what I mean? So I'm not like an in the box type of person either. I'm a Libra, so I like balancing things out. And I just can't do that anymore. Like, I can't say like, yeah, I'm 100% carnivore, I'm 100% keto, where keto, you have to do like 20 carbs or less, or I'm, 100% vegan. I'm not, doing any meat or whatever. I'm like a little bit of everything. So just beware that when you go on Facebook, and if you, try to join groups or things like that, people may come after you. And, just beware of the criticism that can come along with that, as to, people getting upset. There was also one other thing that happened too. A girl was in the carnivore group, and she's like, if I, am doing carnivore and OMAD, do I need to count my calories because I'm trying to lose weight desperately, blah, blah, blah. And I commented, and I was like, oh girl, like, even though you're doing carnivore, if you are trying to lose weight, you still should probably, count your macros and what you're eating so you don't overeat, because I'm a binger, so I know how it is. And you guys should have seen all the people that came after me in this carnivore group. They were like, no, if you're on carnivore, you don't need to count anything. Just eat until you're full. I am so sick and tired of people saying, even with OMAD, eat until you're full. I can't figure out when I'm full. And with somebody who binges, they can't get that. I was getting that before, but on my binging days, like yesterday was definitely a binge day. I will admit that. It's hard when you're, emotionally eating and binging. It's hard to stop. It's almost physically impossible to stop, actually. And along with yesterday, I had a very stressful morning. Not gonna definitely get into that, but it was pretty stressful. And I took that home with me because I was telling my daughter about it, and that really kind of went into the eating portion of that meal and things. So I just have a lot of stuff to work on. You think you're doing really, really good, and then all of a sudden you need to take 10 steps back and you need to reevaluate and figure your shit out. So that's kind of where I am. This video is getting way too long. The dog is going crazy. So I am going to edit this video, get it up. I believe this is week 4 of fasting into fall with Angela. If not, I'm sorry. It might be week 5. I don't know, but I think it is week 4. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your comments down below. Let me, know what you guys are thinking about anything that I said, any tips or anything like that would be greatly appreciated. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.